Hello, I'm TheNerdySteve, and welcome to my movie review channel. If you like what you see, I'd appreciate you liking, commenting, or subscribing. Today we'll be reviewing Jacob Chase's Insidious Out of the Further in one take. So, let's go. Gemma has a lovely daughter, a lovely house, and a lovely life. That is one day until she starts to have realistic nightmares that seem to cross over into reality. But these nightmares are more than that, as demons seem to want a special power that she has. Will she figure out how to harness her abilities to defeat this evil before it's too late? I'm not an Insidious superfan. I don't think I've seen every single one, but I did enjoy the first couple. There's a very specific tone and style that these films have, and I have to say most of that appears here. However, the major downfall of this film is that you've seen most of it before. Gemma and her daughter make up the heart of this movie, and they do a pretty decent job. You like their relationship. You like them. You don't want anything bad to happen. But it feels a little too clean and generic. I've seen this relationship before, and I wanted it to be a little more interesting. There's just nothing special about it besides it was just too perfect. Maybe I'm being nitpicky here, but I felt a little disconnected from these characters, and I think this is why. Of course, the main concern here should be, is what happens to the character scary? And the answer is, kind of. There are a lot of jump scares in this film, but that shouldn't surprise anyone. And I found several of them to be really good. But again, it does get a little tiring after a while. The film didn't always rely on them, and that was when it succeeded most to me. It can create a sense of dread when needed. There are some scenes where something unsettling is just in the background, not always explicit, but just existing in frame, and I really enjoyed that. There are also several scenes involving a dentist's office, and I guess I didn't realize how much of an aversion to teeth I had until those scenes. It was very distressing. The entire story of the film, though, leaves a lot to be desired. It isn't anything new or exciting. It's very ordinary, and I knew all the twists and turns that happened. I wish I found something about it to be intriguing, but it was very tropey and gimmicky. It also has some very intricate exposition at times. There's a scene that explains a little too much and for a little too long that it became comical. I just wanted things to be a little tighter. Overall, Insidious Out of the Further was a decent addition to this franchise. Doesn't do anything new or incredibly well, but it is very serviceable. It was eerie and frightening. Predictable, yes, but boring, no. It's not a movie that I'd highly recommend, but you can do worse for your horror fix. I'm the Nerdy Steve, and thank you so much for watching. And as always, like and subscribe and comment below to tell me how right or wrong you think I am. Have a wonderful morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. Bye.